Really exciting to be able to taste through some traditions from China. Mooncake Festival, we have a whole bunch of different styles here, brought to us by our local expert. We're going to see if there's some pairing opportunities with wines from Marnissen. So 3 wines with our more traditional or savory mooncakes, and then we're going to try a couple of different wines with the sweeter ones, which I'm really excited. Some crazy flavors going on. First one here is ham and nuts, and I don't have a lot of experience with these, so I'm sort of looking forward to this.
This might be my 3rd mooncake, but I've never had this flavor before.
Whoa. Really spicy, savory, raisins, almond. The pork brings a little bit of saltiness, but really sort of secondary in this. And when I'm looking through sort of these as an option, I'm going to start in Rosé land, I think. I have a really good chance for pairing just because it's got nice acidity, but also a lot of fruit and a lot of intensity to sort of pair well.
It might play off of all that fruit and that spice characteristic from the ham as well. I think yes.
Mm-hmm. I think it works well. It sort of mutes the wine a little bit in that pairing, but it also elevates some of the fruitier aspects of that actual cake.
It forces it to seem much drier and more refreshing, which kind of cuts through that a bit heaviness of that dessert, which is quite delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Sauv Blanc is really, really overpowered by it. Rosé was a good choice there, actually, with the ham and nuts. All right, so this is a little more traditional, lotus and egg.
Duck egg?
Duck egg.
I think I'm leaning. Okay, yeah, we should probably start with the sparkling.
I was expecting more florality from the lotus component, but it's really sort of dominated by the fattier crust that's on this one. And with a ton of saltiness, I just think with all this acidity, we're going to find it better.
It's a yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a really good food and wine pairing. These are working out really well. Sometimes it's very difficult to pair like intensity. You could have more if you want. Yeah. Sometimes really difficult to pair foods that are this intense in flavor with wines, and these are working out like really, really well. That's exciting. So this last one's pork, more like a little bun. This is sort of our most savory, I think it looks like on the plate. Wow. Very tasty, and I think a lot more of what you would sort of predict it to taste like. There's some really wonderful saltiness in there. Really rich.
Fluffy pastry, as where the other ones are like really dense. This one's just much more fluffy and light.
Back to rosé on this one.
I think you're right.
Ooh, a little dominated. I'm gonna try the Sauv Blanc. Maybe we won and we picked actually
one for each.
One for each without actually knowing. But what's really nice is that these work really well to sort of taste as a food pairing opportunity. Sauv Blanc works. Really pushes the minerality in the Sauv Blanc. The fruit kind of matches. The dryness works out really, really well. I think overall, if we could have had sparkling with any of those, it would have worked, I think, well with each of those. This is just showing really, really well the 2019 Blanc de Noir.
I went back to the lotus and sparkling.
Yeah, that's the best pairing that I think we have. All right, that's the winner, lotus and egg yolk with the traditional mooncake with our traditional method sparkling wine. Oh, that worked out well. All right, let's move on to the second act.
The custard lava.
So we went traditional method sparkling because it really has a chance to pair with a lot of things. We're expecting a lot of sweetness in this second flight of mooncakes, but there might be some really cool balance. Cabernet Merlot, always a great pairing with chocolate, and there's some chocolate throughout this. And then our Vidal sparkling ice wine, just because A, it's an absolutely amazing drink by itself, and B, it's really fun to sort of find pairings for ice wines. sometimes sweetness doesn't necessarily go with sweetness, but I'm hoping we can find some real winners here. And then Mitch is probably going to dive back into the first three before the end of it because they were so good. Okay, let's get in.
But also, ice wine having so much intensity, it's probably going to be the only one to compete.
Peanut and
sesame, I think.
Yeah.
But
so custard lava. Very coffee. Right up the middle. Lots of tannin, some bitterness, and it works in Camerlow land. Camerlow is getting a little bit fruitier, and it's not neither overpowering. Actually makes the dessert more chocolate, less coffee. It's a very good pairing. It worked out really, really well.
Not as sweet as I expected, them being a bit more dessert focused. That is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it's like I guess in my understanding, it's like a bean paste, so maybe more complex sugars. So there's a lot of sweetness in there, but it doesn't express like a sweet dessert would. So maybe even a better opportunity for pairing. Coffee to the ice wine. Oh my god.
It tastes really good.
Mine is very good.
I'm a big sucker for
so
coffee.
much vanilla and fruit, like kind of like this really, really.
And that's a pretty nailed. Like the sweetness plays off. It actually shows the acidity of the ice
Oh,
wine
it does.
more.
It elevates the acidity. That pairing is wonderful. I didn't expect myself to be sort of worth it.
It's better with the ice wine.
Ice wine for sure.
All right, cheese lava is the one.
So I got to go in the middle. Cheese lava, sparkling. That's going to be my guess. Like a brie creaminess there.
The cheddar flavor, though.
Yeah, really, really.
I can see like the sparkling.
It's okay. I almost like that's so blanc, baby. Oh, it really pushes the sweetness on the cheese at the end of that. How's the red worked out? No. Oh, it's tougher. I thought that would be one of the easier ones to pair.
Yeah, the savory
I think that savory note from the cheddar in it.
And
Maybe
plus
we
the
need to get back to Sauv Blanc.
Really tasty though, but I think that the Sauv Blanc's probably the answer.
All right, chocolate lava.
You're gonna
Camera
jump right
light.
into the red, yeah.
Again, such interesting balance. Like really, really full, but it's not a punch of sweetness. It's like it's really long.
And it's not milk chocolate. Like there's a lot of
Dark chocolate, which is a perfect pairing.
cocoa in there, and the bean not having too much sweetness. Yet yes,
Ooh, yes.
and it softens out that red. And they
really
work
cool.
with each other really well.
I thought this was not going to work out as well as it has at all.
We
But this
need
is
some
such
kind
a
of
really
progress
big
instead,
experience.
but-
This is awesome. I thought it would be more difficult, but this. Okay, so peanut and sesame.
It's black sesame, a delicious flavor. I'm excited for this one.
Holy wow!
It's so intense, so much flavor. That's what would make it hard to pair with wines. But
Riesling.
it
It gets close.
just hits.
It almost
okay
makes
way,
this
but-
though more sweet. It doesn't allow the acidity of this to show. So, that earlier.
I like sesame a lot though.
Yeah, it's really tasty. Do you think it?
So I started taking 2 bites.
I think the challenge is the peanut in it. I think the sesame has a lot of potential in the pairing. That peanut flavor is so intense, and I can't find an aromatic or even a balance match in that last one. It's just too big. So you know, I would think.
Eat the outside with these two. It really actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, the outside, the peanut, I think is really got. There's probably, you know, like a whiskey that needs to go with this at some point instead of a wine. But
Too bad we don't make any into that.
it was very exciting. A really cool experience. Again, these are like sort of a new style that's available, and
Like the right amount of lava in there. It's still a lot of bean, and the crust is like the ratio. They seem to really have hit that on the head.
really balanced. So thanks for bringing these in and letting us try. And I hope it was worthwhile for those watching.